It's like if I'm missing, can you check on your phone if it goes live? I usually do it on my phone. It's dead. So like testing. Yes, at least the sound's on. Okay, cool. All right. All right, Shalom, Israel. Shalom Yabashim Shabbrakatham to the brothers. Shalom Yahawashima Alatah Bahashim Yahawashai to the sisters. We at the ISUPK, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And we've been teaching the truth that all so-called blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous people are God's chosen people according to the Bible, the Israelites since 1969. Now, today we are doing the closing of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is a high holy day for the Most High. This ain't your pagan holidays, this ain't Christmas, this ain't Thanksgiving, this ain't your birthday. No, we don't do that up in here. We serve the Lord. All right, I'm Priest Officer Itis number 50, and Slakia, this is Priest Officer Ashkawar Ban Yashakar, Officer 1000. And before we begin class, sir, do you have anything you want to say?
Let's get it started. Let's get into it.
Khan. Now, before we get started, just a friendly reminder, all brothers, remember to have your heads uncovered. Remember when doing the prayers. Sisters, remember to have your heads covered. And with that, Madium, just me and the priest up here. Sorry, it's me. Sorry.
Laya Sharala.
Sorry, it's me. Sorry, sir. Amadim Apanya Hakwadam, which means to stand and face the east. If you're wondering why we face the east, it's towards home, Jerusalem. Now we will be beginning the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Thaba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Lathan Lanawa, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalak now, Kabawat now, Kasalak now, Kabawatya now, Wala'a, Thabayana, Banasaiwan, Abal, Hawashai now, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Lakut, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, Lawalumya, Amma.
Now the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Hakat, which is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem.
Bahashem.
That's like Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Baba Kasha.
Baba Kasha.
Latan Manawa.
Lafana Nawa.
Hakat.
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 Larapa'a.
Larapa'a.
Call.
Call.
Makala.
Makala.
Wakal.
Wakal.
Madawa.
Madawa.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Ha.
Ha.
Matazariah.
Matazariah.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Lahakwai.
Lahakwai.
Hamathiu.
Hamathiu.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Al.
Al.
Rakawath.
Rakawath.
Hatama Allah.
Hatama Allah.
Agar Shun.
Agar Shun.
Bahashum.
Bahashum.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Thawada.
Thawada.
Aman.
Aman. Now in the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. The blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Allahayim.
Wa Allahayim.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Alawat Yahana.
Alawat Yahana.
Ha Alawapya.
Ha Alawapya.
Ha Saranya.
Ha Saranya.
Ha Kwatazayoya.
Ha Kwatazayoya.
Haka Yayoya.
Ha Kayoya.
Waha Akwafia.
Waha Akwafia.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem.
Bahashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Thawada.
Thawada.
Aman.
Aman. Now in the English, bless you Yahweh.
Bless you Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahana.
Commanding General Yahana.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayunya.
Ayunya.
All.
Haharyam.
Haharyam. Ma'ayun.
Ma'ayun.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Izoya.
Izaria.
Izoria.
Izaria.
Ma'ain.
Ma'ain.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayah.
Shemaiah.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
All Yathun.
Al Yathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Ragalka.
Regalka.
All. Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'a.
La'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yayashun.
Yayashun.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'a.
La'a.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarach.
Wayarak.
Malayala.
Malayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makal.
Makal.
Rai.
Rai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athnapashka.
Athnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'athka.
Taza'athka.
Wabawa'athka.
Wabawa'athka.
Maitha.
Maitha.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Iwalam.
Iwalam. Now in the English, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor
The
sleep.
Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming
from
in
this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayim.
Allahayim.
All. Damaya.
Damaya.
Laka.
Laka.
All. Sakarash.
Sakarash.
Wa'all. Fashakwat.
Sashakwat.
All. Kaya.
Kaya.
Hana.
Hana.
Awayabika.
Awayabika.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al.
Al.
Amka.
Imaka.
Ya Imwa.
Ya Imwa.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Waitha.
Wayatha.
Yaitazawa.
Yatazawa.
Isle.
Al.
Tazapawanyaka.
Tazapawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakidum.
Wanakakidum.
Magoya.
Magalia.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakor.
Shum.
Shum.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Naitazawa.
Natazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakagwa.
Yakabwa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Baryath.
Baryah.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Ahalya.
Ahalya.
Idawam.
Idawam.
Wa.
Wa.
Yashama Alyam.
Yashama'alyam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagoyam.
Wahagalyam.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'amawan.
Wayamawan.
Wa'amalak.
Waymalak.
Palashah.
Palashah.
Amyashabya.
Anyashabya.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum.
Gum.
Ashawar.
Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Iowa.
Hayawa.
Zarawai.
Zarwai.
Labunya.
Labunya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Lahum.
Laham.
Kamudya.
Kamadya.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah.
Kayubya.
Kayubya.
Wanakor.
Wanakor.
Kwayashwan.
Kwayashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Nasamawa.
Bayun.
Bayan.
Dara.
Dara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
Laadama.
Laadama.
Shayatamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Nada.
Nada.
Yamawa.
Yamawa.
Kairab.
Kaira.
Wakaza Abu.
Wakaza Abba.
Wakazabat.
Wakazabat.
Wakatazal.
Wakatazal.
Manai.
Manai.
Call.
Call.
Nasayakamwa.
Nasayakamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nayarasha.
Nayarasha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Af.
Ah.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Alahayim.
Alahaya.
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 Shayatamwa.
Shayathamwa.
Kagogala.
Kagalgala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya.
Lapanya.
Rawaka'a.
Baraka'a.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Tabaira.
Tabaira.
Ya'ira.
Ya'ira.
Wa.
Wa.
Kalahaba.
Kalahaba.
Salahat.
Salahat.
Haryam.
Haryam.
Kun.
Kun.
Tharadama.
Tharadakma.
Basairaka.
Basa Iraka.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapathka.
Wapafka.
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panyahum.
Panyaham.
Kuala One.
Kuala One.
Waya.
Waya.
Bakwashwa.
Bakwashwa.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Bahawa.
Bahawa.
Adyai.
Adyai.
Waya.
Waya.
Kaparwa.
Kaparwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Abadwa.
Abadwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Dayawa.
Dayawa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Atha.
Atha.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahweh.
Labaka.
Labaka.
Alyawan.
Al Yawan.
Alcohol.
Al-Kal.
Haratiza.
Ha-Rataza. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thou silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo,
Thine
enemies make a tumult.
thine enemies make atonement.
And they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thine hidden ones.
And consulted against thine hidden ones.
They have said,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel
That the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
And
the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gabal.
And
Ammon.
Ammon.
And Amalek. The
Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
For Shor also is joined with them.
Also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah.
Do unto them.
As
unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
As to the brook of Kishon.
At the brook of Kishon.
Which perished that endured.
They
became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb.
And
like Zair. Yea. All their princes. As Zebah. And as Zalmunna. Who said. Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
Oh my God. Make them like a wheel. As a stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Lord. Let them be confounded. And troubled. Forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know that thou. Whose name is Yahweh. whose name alone is Yahweh.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Or the Most High over all the earth.
Or the Most High over all the earth. Just one moment. All right, so we'll be going over the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 1 in the Hebrew.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 1 in the ancient Hebrew. Wayadabar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, La'amar, verse 2. Dabar, Al, Bunya, Yasharala, Wa'amarath, Alaham, Mawa'idea, Yahweh, Ashar, Thakarawa, Atham, Makora Aya Kwadash, Mawa'aya Kwadash, Alha, Mawa, Hum, Mawa'idea, verse 3. Waba?
Yeah, I'm too upset.
If you gotta move it, Is it bothering you?
No, you too upset.
Move to Waba.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Verse 3. Shashatha, Amayim, Ta'aisha, Mala'aka, Waba Yawam, Hashabayaya, Shabbath Wana, Makora'ah, Kodash, Call, Mala'aka, La'ah, Ta'aishawa, Shabbatha, Hawa'ah, La Yahweh, Bakal, Mawa Shabbath Yakum, verse 4. Alaha, Mawa'ida, Yahweh, Makora'ala, Kodash, Ashar, Thakora'awa, Atham, Bamawa'idma, verse 5. Bakadash, Hara'ashwana, Ba'araba'aiha, Aishar, Lakadash, Bayana, Ha'irabayam, Pasak, La Yahweh, verse 6. Wabaka Masha, Aishar, Yawam, Lakadash, Hazaha, Call, Kadah, Kag, Hamatazawath, La Yahweh, Shabaitha, Shab'aitha, Yamayam, Matazawa, Ta'akawa. Verse 7. Bayawam, Hara'ashwana, Makora'a, Kodash, Yahaya, Lakam, Kal, Mala'akath, Abadah, La'a, Ta'aishawa.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Remember, for those of y'all who don't know, holy means separate. You understand?
Right.
We are a separate nation. All right. We are a special people. Even these are my feasts. Verse 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. If I could real quick, your Christian pastor will tell you that the 7th day is on Sunday. But if y'all actually look at a calendar, the week starts on a Sunday. The 7th day is actually on a Saturday,
right,
which is today. All right. So your Christian pastor is lying to you, right? Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. Verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. Meaning that we are going to keep the Lord's high holy days. You understand? Like I said earlier, this ain't Christmas. This ain't Thanksgiving. This ain't your birthday. I know sisters love Valentine's Day. And this ain't that. This ain't that. All right. These are holy, high holy days, not your holidays. Okay. All those are pagan holidays that shouldn't be celebrating any of those things anyway, because when you look at the background of these so-called holidays, especially in America, you start to find out that they're not really all that, right? There's been plenty of brothers that have given the breakdown for Valentine's Day. That's really about homosexuality.
Right.
If you really didn't know. That heart, y'all seen a heart. Okay, a heart don't look like that. That's really a buttocks bent over. And look, y'all don't have to believe us. We just some crazy blacks and Latinos, right? What they like to call us Power Rangers, sir.
Right.
If I may, I could have sworn Power Rangers saved the day. I mean, I'm just saying,
That's right.
So you're really calling the superheroes Tawada. Thank you. Appreciate you. You understand? But we'll continue. Verse 5. And in the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. If I could real quick, could we just take a moment to clap it up for the Most High and Commander General Yohanan?
That's right.
We just had the Lord's Passover in Orlando, Florida. It was beautiful weather down there. It's a little humid, but we had a great time. Dwelling amongst our people, so-called Black, Latino, and Indigenous people. Right? You go anywhere else, you got Blacks and Latinos fighting each other. What they like to say, black on black crime. Right? Brothers are dysfunctional. Fighting with a woman fighting with a man. We're just all types of destroyed. But you go over there and we just having a great time, enjoying each other's company. If I may, Salakia, shout outs to Hebrew Academy class of 2022. Salakia.
That's right.
If I may, what I'm saying? But it was a beautiful thing, you understand? And this wouldn't be possible without the Most High, you understand? Without us following the law, statutes, and commandments that were made for us, Israelites.
Right.
Let me ask y'all, when has your birthday ever helped you? No, and most people fight on their birthday. When has Valentine's Day ever helped you? Let you not get your rib a present and see what happens. She's gonna go to the next man.
Right.
She'll probably break up with you if she's not having sex with another man as it is. I mean, I'm not saying every sister does it, but I'm just saying it happens, right? Thanksgiving, forget about it. Right. Y'all get together, y'all get drunk, y'all start fighting one another.
Right.
Right. Christmas, if I may, brothers and sisters, they're trying to fight to get presents for their kids. And it's already hard enough as it is, working a 9 to 5, trying to make ends meet. You understand? Right. And now, what? I'm a bad person because I can't buy my little brother his favorite toy. I can't buy my little sister her favorite dress because I don't got the money for it. Or now I'm a bad person. They make you feel like you're a horrible person if you don't buy presents for your children.
If I may,
go ahead, sir.
If I could, you're actually being a bad parent because most of the time these kids don't deserve any gifts, any presents.
Right.
You understand? A kid who deserves presents, he gets them before Christmas because he has good grades. He gets good grades. He does what his parents tell him to do. So they buy him that Xbox, not on Christmas. You understand? So a good kid is, you understand? Most of these kids don't deserve presents, man. And you're a bad parent because you celebrate Christmas and you're wasting your money, giving all your money to the oppressor. We should be holding that money for things that are more important. You understand?
Damn right.
Right.
Damn right. Now, but the precept was so heavy because, I mean, it's really true. A lot of y'all kids don't even deserve them presents in the first place. They've been bad all year, smoking weed in your house, all these different things, and now they want gifts.
Right.
And you just gonna sit here and buy them gifts too. You're gonna buy them gifts on Christmas.
Right.
You're gonna buy them gifts on their birthday. They've been bad all year. You know, some of these kids, Slovakia, going in and out of detention centers, you know, not listening to their mom, not listening to their dad. Half the time have lack of a father figure as it is, or a bad one.
Right.
You know, you're not helping anybody. When have those gifts ever helped us? This is a gift right here. You learning this knowledge. If I may, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, it seems like this is Christmas and these holidays, these present giving and all of that makes these kids selfish.
Right.
They become very selfish and spoiled.
That's right.
Come on, sir. It's like that's all you had, sir?
Yeah.
Come on, sir. What the priest is bringing out is heavy, right? Y'all gotta forget all that stuff, right? Celebrate these high holy days that actually have some meaning behind it, all right? Not these Greek and Roman holidays that are really wicked as hell. Before I get to the next verse, Halloween, I mean, forget about it. Halloween is satanic as hell.
Damn right.
Ghouls and goblins coming out, dressing up in masks, and like, forget about it. What was it? The Church of Satan was happy saying, I'm glad they celebrate at least one of our days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Forget about it.
Good night.
If I may, we'll continue. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 6. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. If I could, real quick, I just want to give a shout out to our Latino brothers and sisters because, you know, they make it so easy to get through this. I'm going to be real with you. I ain't never want a cookie or a hamburger so bad, but, you know, thanks to our Latino brothers and sisters, right, who actually make a lot of dishes with unleavened bread, corn tortillas and such. Right. It's easy. Yeah. It's easy. That's just further proof that they are of the 12 lost tribes of Israel because it's in their custom to make dishes with unleavened bread.
Also, shout out to our tribe out the tribe part of Zebulon, the so-called Salvadorians within pupusas.
Oh, Most High Christ!
If y'all didn't know, pupusas is unleavened bread. So next unleavened bread, next Passover, you want to go grab you some pupusas too, some tacos and some pupusas. Pupusas is definitely lawful. You understand? And they're delicious.
Right, sir. Most definitely. Shout out to Zebulon. All right, verse 7. And the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. Now, of course, you know, just a quick breakthrough real quick, right? You know, fake Israelites will tell you that, you know, you can't do anything on the Sabbath. They make it seem like you just got to sit there and starve and eat turkey sandwiches and, you know,
chicken,
cold
fried chicken and cold beans and cold soup.
Concert. You can't cook.
You can't turn on the light. You can't turn on the microwave, the stove.
Right. And it's a horrible thing because, I mean, we got kids, right? So what, you can't feed your kid on Sabbath? Right. Your kid got to suffer? What if your rib's pregnant? She eating for two now. What? She can't eat.
Right.
Come on, man. No. You can do these things, right? It's what this is for Israel, right? Let's say you a boss, right? Let's say you run your own company. You understand? Right. You can't make your own people work. Like if I have my own company and I got brothers working for me, right? On the Sabbath, I cannot make them work.
Right.
That is against the Lord. I can't do that. Now, however, you know, we in captivity. I know some of y'all might not feel like you are. Oh, trust me, yes, you are. You might not physically be in chains, but the oppressor has his foot on your neck at all times. Best believe that. Let you get out of line and see what happens. Let you spit some truth and see what happened. You know, my point being is, Salakia, we're in a captivity right now, and yes, we have slaves, right? I know some of y'all might have to go to work on Saturday. You're not sinning. You're not sinning. You know, half of us work for heathens as it is. They don't obey the law, statutes, and commandments. It was never meant for them. All right, the law was given to the Israelites. Leviticus chapter 26, verse 46. All right, that was given to us. Other people, that's not for them. All right, so you're Tawab if you got to work on a Saturday. Right, the Lord understands. You're fine. All right, Salakia. If I may, we'll do the next 7 verses in the Hebrew.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 8 in the Hebrew. Wahakorab thumb, Asha, La Yahweh, Shabbaitha, Yum Yum, Bayawam, Hawa Ba'aya, Makorah, Wadash, Kal, Mala'aka, Abadah, La'ah, the Aishawa. Verse 9. Waya Dabar, Yahweh, Al, Mawa, La'amar. Verse 10. Dabar, Al, Punya, Yasharala, Wa'amartha, Al Yawam, Al Hum, Kaya, Thaba'awa, Al, Ha'arataza, Ashar, Anya, Natha, Lakam, Waquatazar, Waquatazartham, Af, Quatazara, Quatazayara, Waha Ba'atham, Af, Imar, Ra'ashyam, Quatazayargam, Al, Hakahan. Verse 11. Wahana Ya Ah Ha'imar Lapunya Yahweh Larataza Nakam Mamakar Mamakartha Hashabah Yana Ya Punwa Hakahan. Verse 12. Wa Aisha Yathum Bayawam Hana Ya Pakam Ah Haimar Kabash Samayam Bun Shanathawa La'ila La Yahweh. Verse 13. Wamanakathwa Shanya Aishar Nayam Salah Balawalha Balawala Bawashan Asha La Yahweh Rayak Nayakak Wanasaka Yayan Rabba Ya'if Hahayan. Verse 14. Walakam Wakwala Wakwa rum la a sa kalwa I tazum hayawam haza I habaya akma a kwaraban al hayakum kakwa I thalma ladar sa yakum bakal mashabaf yakum.
I can't, sir. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 8. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. Remember when we said you can actually cook? Yes, you can actually cook during these holy convocations. All right. And the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Right.
And the Lord spake unto Moses,
right,
saying, verse 10, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them,
right,
when ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priests. Verse 11, and he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. Verse 12, and ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheaf on he lamb without blemish,
right,
on the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord. This is talking about a lot of cooking, sir. It's like what you need. If I may, sir, this is talking about it's talking about a lot of cooking.
I know Israel loves to cook.
Sir, I thought you couldn't cook during the Sabbath.
I thought that too. Like once upon a time.
Sir.
When I was in the world,
sir.
When I wasn't in the ISUPK, in the home of the truth, I thought I was eating cold beans. I was eating cold food.
Right.
Thinking I was doing the right thing. I know I'm not the only brother.
Right, sir. So Salagi, if I could, these other this is why we say here in the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. There's a reason why we say that.
Right.
This is the home of the truth.
Right.
The ISUPK were the first ones to do it. You understand? Right. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. They'll try to, but
right.
We all know the truth. Right. So yes, we're reading here in the Bible throughout these holy convocations. We're reading it. It's talking about cooking by fire, right? Having a lamb. You understand?
Right.
I don't think anybody wants to eat cold raw lamb.
Right.
So
if anybody out there telling you you can't have a barbecue on the Sabbath day,
right?
Just know they don't know what they're talking about. You understand? Just don't listen to them at all. All right.
Right.
Sir.
What did Christ say? Christ said, man was made Lord of the Sabbath.
So
you understand? Meaning the Sabbath is your day of rest.
Right.
I mean, you can do whatever you want on the Sabbath.
Right.
It's your day.
Right.
You understand?
Sir.
Just don't sin. You can't sin.
Of course, right. Of course. Yeah. See, the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 13. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil. Man, this is very in depth.
It sounds like fried chicken to me.
Sir. I thought, so this sounds like something that brothers would do. I mean, this is how we cook, right? Further proof that, again, this is how we brought up earlier, our Latino brothers and sisters out there, a lot of their dishes contain unleavened bread. What other nation of people do you know that does that? They of course, they try to, copy our Latino brothers and sisters. They got Chipotle. Chipotle is just knockoff Mexican food. Right. No. Salakia. I'll pick a real Issachar spot over Chipotle any day. Sorry.
Also, if I may too, real quick, do you understand? The Bible never says and never talks about how God told the Israelites to eat up octopus. grab an octopus,
right?
Cook the octopus, grab crab, lobster, oysters, and cook them up. God never said that. God is always talking about the lamb.
Right.
You understand? He's always talking. You know, we ate quail, we ate chicken.
Right.
We never ate no octopus and crab and oysters. Why? Because God told us we can't eat those foods.
Right.
You understand? So all you brothers out there and sisters eating that food, that's not your culture. That's what other nations do. We're not supposed to be doing that, eating that garbage. You understand?
Sir. And if I may, you could read all about that throughout the dietary laws, and it's very in depth. But you can't miss it. You know, I know there's a look. My goodness, look, I've been around a few spots. I know brothers and sisters out there. You know, Louisiana. Y'all love them Cajun dishes with the shrimp boil, crab boil. You know, y'all like the gator and all that. Yeah, that's unlawful.
Right.
All right. Sorry to tell you, but a shrimp is a roach.
Right.
It's a roach. Okay. It falls under the same family as that thing that crawls in your house and y'all hate so damn much. And last time I checked, we hate roaches.
Right.
We see them in there. We start freaking out like, oh yeah, we gotta fumigate the whole place. Because you know if there's one, you know there's probably like 10 more hiding in the back. Probably more than that. Salakia. So you think about that. Next time you want to eat some lobster, like the priest said, you want to eat, first of all, Salakia, look at an octopus. Like really look at it. Does that really look appetizing? That thing was like an alien. Okay, I don't want to eat that. Salakia. The Lord doesn't want you eating that. And a lot of these foods that the Lord tells you not to eat, surprise, surprise, it's extremely unhealthy for you. Why do you think we suffer from diabetes? Why do you think? I'll take some strong a little bit. The water, sir. But if I could, before we continue right on to the next verse, like the priest just said, like all those foods that you be eating, it's unlawful. The reason why it's unlawful, the Lord is actually trying to keep you healthy.
Right.
I know y'all love y'all some pork, man. Y'all love y'all some pork.
Right.
The water, sir. I appreciate it. I love y'all some pork. I know Salakia, you know, my Judite, especially Ephraim. Oh my goodness. My so-called Puerto Ricans, my Boricuas, all right? Yeah, I gotta stop eating that. Okay? You gotta stop eating all that pork. Pork chops that Judah be cooking up. Yeah, you're putting parasites in your body.
Right.
All right. Slagia, so you can go ahead.
And the Christian church missed that scripture too about unclean food. They eat as many pork chops and shrimp and crab as they can.
Mm-hmm. You know. Sir. And what the priest is bringing out is heavy because what else does the Christian church like to teach? That the law is done away with.
Right.
Oh, really? Last time I checked, it said that Christ came not to destroy the law, but to fulfill it.
Right.
All right. It also says that Christ said that Moses wrote of him. You understand? Right. Referring to the laws that Moses gave to the Israelites. So where does it say that the law is done away with? Because if the law is done away with, that means that we wouldn't be suffering the curses anymore. That means that I could sit here and chow down on some pork chops and some shrimp ceviche and all that, and I'll be perfectly tawab. Yeah, okay. You tawab until you about 30, and you start having heart attacks. You start having high blood pressure and high cholesterol, and you're wondering why you're gaining all this weight. And now you're in and out of the doctor's office and whatnot. You wondering, well, what's wrong with me? I don't know. And they tell you, well, you got to cut down on your diet. No, what you really do, what you really need to do is cut those unlawful animals out of your diet.
Right.
After that stuff don't even look appetizing. Look at a pig. Look at it. You know, pigs, okay, so pigs have sweat glands, but they're very, very small. They're a walking garbage disposal. Right. Good farmers know to have pigs on their farm because they eat up everything.
Right.
You want to get Salaki. I've heard this saying before. They say if you want to get rid of a dead body, they'll throw it to the pigs. They'll eat everything. They're scavengers. All right. And y'all heard the term, you are what you eat. So you eating what it's eating. And pigs eat anything. Salaki, so go ahead.
If I may, I don't mean to cut you off, but I seen a video from sister, right? Mm-hmm. She makes videos where she eats crab. You know those videos where all you hear is they're eating the food. Mm-hmm. And I saw it before and after, and she's turning into a damn pig, like eating pig and crab. Like it changes your body shape, like it changes your face. You know, you just look fatter. You just kind of start to get deformed by eating those foods. You understand? Right. And a lot of other things too. We are sisters. You understand? It makes you not approachable. Makes your breath stink. It makes everything else stink. You understand? For the brothers, you get high blood pressure. Mm-hmm. you know, high cholesterol.
No, the water. So what the priest brought out was heavy. So let's see. Let's finish up verse 13 and 14. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 13. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire, again cooking, unto the Lord for a sweet savor. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine. So wait, you mean to tell me you could drink too? I thought alcohol was unlawful.
Right.
Ain't that something?
Right.
Slakia. The fourth part of and hin. Verse 14. And ye shall ye shall eat neither bread, nor parched corn, nor green ears, until the selfsame day that ye have brought an offering unto your God. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. As if in verse 14. Slacky, if I may, He's Hebrew?
Sure. Coming down, you Hebrews to what?
Hebrew the Syrian?
Hebrew.
Yeah, concept.
Okay, concept. Let me see.
I'll get it right. You can read it right.
Oh, concept.
Yeah.
All right. So in that case, right? You still got the chair, sir? All right. Slacky, sir, if you could. If I may, priest and officer commandant, state your registry.
Commandant Ban Yashakar Ban Yasharala.
Commandant Ban Yashakar Ban Yasharala.
Yahaba Hashem Yahushua Brakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakatah.
Concept.
Start at 15 and stop at 21.
Start at 15. Okay, come. What's up, top? What's up like it? What's up, Paratham? Lashon. Mama Karath. Mama Karath. Hashabath. Mayawam. Habaya Sham. Atha. Imor. Hatana Wapa. Shabai. Shabbat Wath. Thamayama. Thamyamath. Tahayayana. I. I'm on the bottom of. I just started verse 16. So. Mama Karath. Hashabath. Hashaba Ya'itha. Thasa Parwa. Kamashayam. Yawam. Wahakwarbath. Wahakwa Batham. Manaka. Quarawa. Layawa. Layahawa. Mama wa Shah Bath Yasham. Sabaya Awa. Lakam. Thanawapa. Shatayam. Shanaya. Aisha Ra Nayam. Salah. Tahayayan. Kamataza. The Apa Yana. Bashawarya. Layahawa. Lahakwar Batham. Al. Halakam. Shabai. Shaba. It's like Kabashayim. Verse 17. So. Kabashayim. Thama Yamma. Come. Banya. Shah. It's like Shana. Wapar. Bun. Bakwar. Akad. Wa'ayalam. Shanayam. Yayan. I love. Layahawa. Wanakatham.
You want to write 18 now?
Also, so I mean, concepts like that. Walakatham. Wanasa. Ka Yaham. Aisha. Rayaka. Nayakaka. Is that what? Nayaka.
You want 18?
The end of 18 says the last word. Layahawa. Let's read that. The end of verse 18. Listen, come. Verse 19. Wa'ai shayatham. Sha'ayar. Isaiah, Akkad, Lakata, Ath, Washanaya, or Washanya, Kabashayam, Kabashyam, Bunya, Shana, Lazabach, Shalomyam, verse 20. Wahan Yapa, Hakayan, Itham, Al, Lakam, Habakaryam, Tanawapa, Tanawapaha, Lapanya, Yahweh, Al, Shanaya, Shanya, Kabashyam, Quadashah, Quadash, Yahayan, Lahawa, La Yahweh, Lakahan, 21, Wakwa Ba'aitasm, Hayawam, Hazaha, Makwara, Quadash, Yahweh, Lakam, Kal, Mala'aka, Ibada, Al, the Aishwa, Kakwath, Iwalam, Bakal, Mawashan, Mawashabath Yakam, Lada Rath Yakam. This is in verse 21.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 15. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete.
Leviticus 23 and verse 15. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering. 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. Verse 16. Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 15 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. 17. Ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2 tenth deals, They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. So with leaven. They are the first fruits unto the Lord. 18. And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock, and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering unto the Lord, with their meat offerings and their drink offerings, even as offerings made by fire, of sweet savor unto the Lord. Verse 19. Then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. 21. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before the Lord. With the 2 lambs, they shall be holy to the Lord for the priest. 21. And ye shall proclaim on the same day, that it may be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations.
Right. So now this is talking about, just so everybody knows, it's talking about the high holy days of the it's like the holy convocations that Israelites, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Indigenous people, are supposed to keep. If I may, let's see, the first fruits, feast of first fruits, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Right.
So, again, these are our high holy days. These are statutes, by the way. We are supposed to keep them, right? And of course, your Christian pastor, your Roman Catholic priest, or whoever, false prophet, good night, the Pope. I don't even want to go into that. Slovakia. I'm trying to keep this as PG as I possibly can. We all know what the Pope does. Okay, there's many memes about the Pope. Okay, use your imagination. But the whole point being is, right, these are going over the high holy days, holy convocations that Israelites are supposed to keep. And, many people will try to tell you, oh, well, you're not an Israelite. If I may, sir, if I could, I hear it all the time. I hear they try to say, oh, well, Latinos are just descendants of Spaniards. They try to say that our Latino brothers and sisters, oh, they're Caucasian. They're white. How is that even right? Considering, like, let's use everybody else's logic for a moment, right? Indigenous, right? Mayans, the Aztecs, right? Native American Indians, all the different tribes, Cherokee, right? These will be labeled indigenous people. The Taínos, Arawak Indians, Boricua, right? These are indigenous people. So how in the world could they be descendants of Spaniards when they were already here? That doesn't make any sense. The Spaniards, just like how the English, the French, the Dutch, right, colonized all of us. That's the whole reason why we speak their language. They try to say, oh, well, Puerto Ricans they're just Spaniards. No, they're not. No, they're not. They were conquered by Spaniards. No different than Negroes being conquered by the English. No different than when Haitians had to fight against the French. You understand? These are all just our oppressors. They'll try to label themselves as all these different types of people. They're all European. They all came from the same spot. Why do you think Brazilians speak Portuguese? Because Portugal went down there and colonized them. You understand? And forced their ideologies and their ways of thinking onto us. Y'all heard that term, Salakia, if I could. I don't mean to get on Simeon real quick, but y'all heard the running joke, I know black-eyed Dominican. I still bump into that same mentality all the time. I'm sorry to tell you, for my Dominican brothers and sisters out there, we're related. Okay, we're all related. Okay, we've all been, and I know there's still some people out there who like to say, "Oh no, we're not. No, we're not." We have so much rich history together, right? They try to say that so-called Negroes and Native Indians don't have history together. Oh, really? Y'all ever heard of the Buffalo Soldiers? Y'all ever heard of the Seminole Wars? Right? Y'all ever heard of all these things? Like, there's been plenty of times they'll try to tell you, well, Native Indigenous people, they enslaved Negroes. Let's see. Y'all like to talk about the problem, but y'all never like to get to the source. Yes, it is true that some Native Americans did have black slaves. Do you want to know why, though? Because of European influence. Same way that they forced the Buffalo Soldiers, right, so-called Negroes, to fight and invade Native American territory. They made us fight each other. But hold up now, we actually allied together as well. Native indigenous people actually helped Negroes get away from their oppressors. Negroes actually helped Native indigenous people fight against the Caucasians. You understand?
Right.
I mean, let's not. I mean, come on now. This isn't even far off from history. This is just recent.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not going to talk about the Haitians that traveled to Mexico, and Mexicans were protecting them from Caucasian and European descents, or I'm just going to call them what they are, the devil, Esau, the devil that the Bible speaks of, when they were trying to round up Haitian immigrants, and the Mexicans hid them away from them. Come on, man. We've helped out each other multiple times.
Right.
Let's not act like this doesn't happen, right?
Right.
But what happens every single time we try to fight against amongst one another? It's always Esau. It's always Esau that got a hand. This black and Latino beef that we have on the West Coast. Who you think started that stuff? Y'all heard of the Willie Lynch letters, right? It's a small book. I'm pretty sure everybody knows of this. But that light skin versus dark skin, some people try to say, well, that's been debunked. That's not real. Oh, really? We still have that same mentality today. And no, it's not just Latinos. Black people do it too. I see plenty of Judites, right? Yes, I'm calling my own tribe out. Y'all try to discredit other Judites because they're too light-skinned. Right. Meanwhile, they have a black mother and a black father. Or they got a black father, but they got a white mother. Yes, I get it. You would identify them as mixed, but you are who your father is according to Numbers chapter 1, verse 18.
Right.
That's still a brother.
Right.
That's still a sister.
Right.
Okay. Now, if they got a white daddy, I can't help you, Slovakia.
Right.
But that's still a brother if their father's lineage is an Israelite.
Right.
Stop hating your brother.
Right.
You understand? That's the whole reason why they wanted to start that. Start that. Find petty indifferences amongst one another. Right? You got they like to label them as white Latinos versus Afro Latinos.
Right.
We've all suffered together. Okay, y'all fighting amongst one another, not realizing who the real enemy is.
Right.
Y'all need to stop.
Stop.
Y'all hate to see black and brown unity. Well, guess what? Here in the ISUPK and the Commander General Yohana, we love to see it.
Right.
And yes, y'all like to say, well, y'all dress as Power Rangers. I'd rather be a Power Ranger than a drug dealer. Right. I'd rather be a Power Ranger than a murderer. I'd rather be a Power Ranger than sleeping with another man's wife. Right. I'd rather be a Power Ranger. I'm cool with that. Slack, that's all I got. So you got anything before we continue?
No.
All right, if I could, let's see. Who's it, 21? So
27.
22 to 27? No, 22.
Yeah.
22 to 29. Slack.
21 to 27. Right?
You already read it. You already read it.
21.
So it'll be 22 to 29.
Okay.
Actually, if I could, Slack, sir. Rataza. If I may, priest and officer, Rataza, state your registry.
Karataza Banya Howard, Banya Shala.
Karataza Banya Howard, Banya Shala.
Yahweh Shim Yahweh Shabrakatam.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah. All the way to verse 29.
Wabapatazarum. Hathakwa.
You on verse 22, right?
Tell him. It's this one, right? Athakwa Tazaria. Tazara. Ara Tazar.
The Ara Tazakam.
Ara Tazakam. La'a. Tawamaya. Tawalaha.
Takalam. No Takala.
This one?
Yeah, that's a cup.
That's a cut.
That's a cup.
Takala. It's like it's Pa'ata.
Do you feel better with the cereal?
No, that's it. This is the cut.
Yes, a cup.
Okay, kind of. Shalaka. Bakwa Tazarka. Wala. Wala Kwa'ai. Quatazar. Yeah. Quatazar. Yeah. Your. What is it? What is it? What is a yard? Kala?
Quataza yard cup. Quataza yard cup.
What is a yarka? La'a. Dalaqua. Dalaqua. Let's look at this is Dalaqua.
That's in Dala Quata.
Dalaqua.
Dalaqua.
Dalaqua. La'ainan. La'ainan.
La'ainya.
La'ainan. Yawala Gador. Yawala Gador is no connector. So like Yawala Gador.
Go.
Yawala Gador. The eyes Zabab. The eyes Zabab. Atamam.
A thumb. A thumb.
It's like a thumb. A thumb. That's like it. Anaya. Anya. Yahweh. Alahayim. It's like Alahayim.
Verse 23 now.
Kind. Ya. Waya Debor. Yahweh. Al. Mashaha. Masha. La'amor. Debor. Al. Banya. Yasha'ala. La'amor. Bakadash. Hashabat. Yeah, it's like it. Hashabaya Aya. Ba'akad. Lakadash. Yahweh. Lakam. Shabbat. Shabbatam. Shabbatam one. Shabbat one's like it. Zakara one. Zakar one. The Ra'aiwa. Makorah. Badash. Verse 25. Kal. Malakath. Ibor. It's like it. Ibadia. Abadah. La'ah. Ta'ashaiwa. Waha. Quar. It's like it. Waha Quar. Waha Quar Bathman. Waha Quar Bathman. Ashaha. Asha. La Yahweh. La Yahweh, Waza, it's like a Wayadabor, Yahweh, Al, Masha, La'amor, verse 27. Ama, no. Yeah, Ama.
Anna.
Anna. Looks like it.
Oh, beginning of verse 27.
Okay. Oh, that's the cut.
Mm-hmm.
That's the mark.
That's a cut.
That's good. So Ak, Ba'aishawar, Lakadwa, Hashabaya Iwa, Hazaha, Yadawam, it's like Yawam, Hakaparium, Hawa'a, Makwashra'a, Kodash, Yahweh, Lakam, Wa'aina Yatham.
It's Napash, Napash, the come, Napash Yakum.
Napash Yakum, Wahakwarbathim, it's like Wahakobartham. Ashya, it's like Asha. La Yahweh. Verse 22. The book of Leviticus chapter 22 and verse, the book of Leviticus chapter 23 verse 22. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest. Neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of the harvest, thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am the Lord your God. Verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying,
the children of who?
Children of Israel.
Oh, okay, go ahead, sir.
Saying, in the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of the trumpets, and holy convocation.
Another holy convocation, blowing of the trumpets. Again, these are our high holy days. These are your customs. So all my blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous people out there, I know. You like to say you're not an Israelite. Okay. You try to use anything you can say or anything that you can dig up and say that you're not an Israelite. But little do you know, the more you keep digging, the more you start to realize a lot of your customs fall straight in line with this. For perfect example, right? I bump into this one probably the most. Sadly, it's a lot of Judite brothers and sisters out there who swear that the entire Bible is strictly about Judah. I'm sorry to tell you this, but there are 11 other tribes that you are excluding. One of those tribes is Gad.
Right.
Okay. So-called Native American Indians. You understand? Right? There's actually, I'm trying to remember. It's in my phone. I can't think of it right now. If I may, Slaki, if anybody could give me the scripture where it says that Gad has the face of a lion, if I could, Baba Kasha, I would look it up myself, but my phone is dead. Slaki. The reason why I want to pull up this scripture, right? You can Google it. Like we have, look, we got phones. Y'all be on your phone all damn day. You understand? You be on TikTok and Twitter and Lord knows what else. Probably something unlawful. I'm not gonna get into that one. Salakia. Well, my whole point being is, right, you're on your phone all day, right? And a lot of y'all love to argue about the Bible, but thing is, you got it, sir? Oh, you got it? Yeah. Salakia, I haven't read it, sir.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 20.
Is it that one?
Salakia, First Chronicles 12:8.
Sir, yes, Salakia. If you could read that one, Baba Kasha.
First Chronicles 12:8.
Mm-hmm.
And of the Gadites there separated themselves unto David into the whole of the wilderness men of might,
right,
and men of war,
right,
fit for battle,
right,
that could handle shield and buckler.
That could handle what, sir?
Shield and buckler.
Shield and buckler. Go ahead, sir.
Whose faces were like the faces of lions.
Like the faces of lions. If I could, real quick, look, and anybody can do this. You go on Google. We all have Google now, and you look. You can, there's actually a picture. It does it for you. Look at that. The Lord gonna show you for itself. There's a picture of a lion, right, and a Gadites, so-called Native American Indian, and you put them together. A face that resembles a lion. And what are Gadites known for? What are Native American Indians known for? Their warfare, right? Gad means what? Troop. Right. You understand? It means troop. They were a warrior, it's like not were, are a warrior-like people, and they had shields. They utilized many different weapons. Why do you think when the Europeans invaded this country, one of the things that they tried to do was not just kill off the Native American Indians, they tried to kill off their resources. You want to know what that was? The buffalo.
Right.
They tried to kill off the buffalo because, look, Israel is very resourceful, especially Gadites, right? They didn't just use it just to eat. No, they used it for clothing, right? For the seasons. They used it for weapons, bows and arrows, and all different types of other weapons, right? They are a warrior-like people. There's literally a scripture in the Bible that describes what a Native American Indian is. Why do you think that is? What is Gad? It's one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Name me any other nation on the planet that resembles that other than a Native American Indian. If you could, sir.
I want to finish that.
Go ahead, sir.
I want to point something out for you. It says, and it finishes by saying, and were as swift as roes upon the mountains. Do you know what a roe is?
If you could, sir.
A roe is a deer.
Mm-hmm.
It's the roe. Let me give you the definition of roe, because it's funny that they're comparing the Native American Indian to a deer in the Bible, and this is a doe. The roe deer is also known as the western roe deer or European roe. Is a species of deer. The male, the species, is sometimes referred as the roebuck. The roe is a small deer, reddish and gray-brown, as well as adapted to cold environments.
Wow.
They are swift and they're light-skinned, reddish type.
And if I may, sir, if I could just add on, what do they like to call Native American Indians in this country? If I could, I'll give a very big hint. I know Priest and Officer Shadaraka already knows. What's that football team? Go ahead. Redskins, right? And how are some of us described in the Bible? David was what? Go ahead. Ruddy. You understand?
Right.
So again, describing Native American indigenous people in the Bible. Who else could that be talking about? Y'all like to say they're not Israelites. Okay, well, who's it talking about then? That's a very in-depth description, by the way.
Right.
The Bible does that quite a bit, many times. But I thought, if I could real quick, I thought Christ was white.
Right.
I thought what's his name? Caesar Borgia.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was Christ. Well, why does it say in the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 14 through 16, that his skin was unto fine brass? Right. Now, I've seen some people try to twist this scripture, by the way, if I could. So fine brass, right? Before it's burned, it's actually gold. It's not a dark brown. So people try to say, well, that means that Christ was gold.
Right.
He had light skin. Well, first of all, there's Hebrew Israelites with light skin, so you're not discrediting anything. But then, what does it say after that? a burned furnace. Look at burned brass. What does it turn? Dark brown.
Right.
But you know, you have these crazy people out there who will try to discredit it. Oh, and then it gives a description of his hair. Hair white like wool.
Right.
Look, I don't want to be that guy. So, Slaggy, sir, if you go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to add that if you bring up a Native American Indian tribal headpiece, a lot of them use the headpiece of a deer. They have the antlers, they have everything as a headpiece for the warriors. So they would cover themselves in the deer head, and that was their warrior suit for them. And so, you know, the Bible talks about that they're like the roe, swift, and in real life, the Native American Indian would hunt the deer, and then they would use that piece on their heads, you know, as a form of, you know, of valiant for being able to hunt this. And the Mexicans, the Aztecs, were known to injure a deer and chase it for 2 to 3 days till the deer finally died out.
Right.
If that ain't Israel, I don't know what is.
Right.
For those of y'all who might not be able to see him, that's Priest and Officer Kazak Yad, right? The inconvenient truth. I know there's a lot of our Latino brothers and sisters out there who may not feel like you're an Israelite, right? Well, if I could, this brother right here can thoroughly educate you on all of this history. All right. You ain't gotta listen. If you don't want to listen to us, you can go listen to him. All right. Just want to give you a shout out real quick, but again, right, these are our high holy days, right? Blowing of the trumpets, right? Passover, right? Feast of first fruits. This is all in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, right?
Right.
Now with that, let's see. We can keep going. We ended at verse 20. Oh, just like go ahead. Just slow it down.
24. I want to read 24 again.
You can go to verse 25. So.
Gotcha. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 25. You shall do no servile work therein, but you shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 26. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, also on the 10th day of this, it's like the 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you, and you shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
Right. So now the Day of Atonement. I know a lot of people don't like that one. Right. It's like I know I'm a slim brother, but I like to eat too. Look, I get it. You know, you want to eat. Look, that Day of Atonement is to atone for a lot of the wickedness that we have done unto the Lord. You understand?
Right.
Now, how do we pay that back? Day of Atonement, right? Another high holy day. That actually has some meaning, right? That has some meaning. Valentine's Day ain't got no meaning.
Right.
But what's that other one that people St. Patrick's Day? I see Black people celebrating St. Patrick's Day. You're not Irish, bro.
Right.
Slovakia. All right, I could have. What does Irish have anything to do with you?
Nice.
Come on, man.
You got no luck. You got bad luck.
You
got bad luck. I don't know how
Slovakia.
you involve yourself with good luck, brother. You can't even find the slavery. Stop shooting us. We oppressed. You understand?
Good night.
If I could,
Go ahead, sir.
a lot of our people just want to just go to a celebration, just want to have a good time. That's understandable. You know what I'm saying? You inside of hell, you inside of bad condition, your rent due, you want to, just have a good time. You know what I'm saying? You want to put the things that are worrying you out your mind for just a moment, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. But you can, it's right, you can do that, but do it for the Lord. Do it in the right way. Do it. Learn the high holy days that you are allowed to celebrate, that are meaningful to you, rather than the days that aren't meaningful to you, like St. Patrick's Day, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like Independence Day or 4th of July, or like you said, a Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? Do the things that celebrate the days that matter. You know what I mean? Not the days that don't matter.
Right.
That's all I want to say.
Go ahead, sir.
Man, these dudes are trying to find a reason to party.
No, that's definitely right.
Yeah,
So
just give us a reason.
hey, look, we could party at the Passover.
Right. Listen,
we already did.
We got today.
Right.
The closing of the feast is we're supposed to come together. You understand? Close the feast with food and drink and being merry, as the scripture says. Like all of our days, or most of our high holy days in the Bible, are feasts.
Right.
Because the Lord knows who we are. He knows we like to get. We're a social people. You understand? He knows we like to socialize and talk and have a drink and laugh.
Right.
You understand? That's why it's all around throughout the year, we have a feast.
Right, sir.
You know what I mean?
And if I could, real quick, with the priests bringing out is so heavy because we are a social people, and you see these law, statutes, and commandments that we're supposed to keep. Many times, the Lord is showing us get together,
Right.
Get together, dwell amongst one another. Y'all fighting all the damn time. How about y'all sit down and actually have a good time together, for the Lord, right? During the Passover, look, we got brothers and sisters being peaceful with one another, not fighting. If a brother got an issue, there's laws in the Bible to show you how to speak to a brother.
Right.
Because in the world, look, you step on a brother Jay's, he's ready to shoot you. Mm-hmm. You step into the wrong block, and you're wearing the wrong colors, somebody's ready to harm you. Right? They're ready to rob you, kill you, take something from you. But in here, we don't tolerate none of that. Why do you think there's laws? Look, laws are there for a reason. Just like, okay, if I could real quick, right? Esau got laws, right?
Right.
What happened when you break them laws? Punishment.
Right.
Consequences. Let you not pay your taxes. Go ahead and see what happened. The IRS will be knocking at your door. You're gonna end up owing money. Let you not show up to your slave on time for multiple days on end. You understand? Let you what's another one? Let you rob somebody. Let you murder somebody, right? What's gonna happen to you?
Let you not stop at the stop sign. Something so simple.
Oh my goodness, jaywalking. So some people actually look. I've seen this. In some places, they actually arrest you for that. But if I could, the whole reason, consequences, right? These law, statutes, and commandments were put for us for a reason. When we follow them, everything is good. This is a big one, Salakia. I don't want to take too much time. Salakia. Interracial marriages. Mm-hmm. My goodness. I mean, forget about it. No, look, brother, if you want to sleep with heathen women, look, that's you, okay? But you might want to read Deuteronomy chapter 7. You might want to read Numbers chapter 25 and 31 and Ezra chapter 9. And I forgot what's the other one. The book of Tobit chapter 4 verse 12, I believe. Mm-hmm. Right? And it many times, 1 Kings chapter 11, the most famous one of all, King Solomon, what did he do? 700 wives and 300 concubines, and he was sleeping with Moabites, Edomites, Ammonites, and African women as well. And what happens every single time? Samson, when he was messing around with the Philistine woman, he died. He took a lot of the Philistines with him. He went out with a bang, but that was never supposed to happen, right? If remember, his parents actually asked him, "Don't you want a woman of your own nation?" Mm-hmm. Like, come on now. But y'all just want to sit here and sleep with an Edomite woman. Right. Y'all love them so much. Look, we have 12 tribes of beautiful sisters. Okay, take your pick. Right. Pick one, pick two, pick three. Yes, multiple wives is lawful in the Bible. Okay. Somebody else is going to tell you otherwise. Well, too bad. It's in the Bible. Okay, and it's a custom that we have practiced forever. Right. All right. Now, again, you keep these law, statutes, and commandments, you too are. Multiple times throughout the Bible, when we follow the law, statutes, and commandments, we're good, right? The Lord is with you. The Lord is with us. And you start breaking them, what happens? You don't have the protection of the Lord anymore. And your enemies, or you have enemies. Don't think you have enemies. Don't think that you don't have enemies. You do. And they're going to get you. And when you praying, the Lord ain't going to hear you. That's another thing that Christians like to tell you. Oh, you just gotta pray. Just pray on it. What they don't tell you.
Shut it right. Can you check the front up?
What they don't tell you is when you break the law, statutes, and commandments, and you're not keeping the you're not keeping the law. The Lord ain't with you. He ain't gonna help you. It's like like what we talked about earlier, sir. If I may, before we continue, right? I don't want to take too much time. But buying gifts for your kids. If your kids are bad,
right,
you're not gonna praise them. Like if I got a son and he coming home with straight F's, right, I'm gonna be like, he asking me for a PS5, right? What PS5? Right. I buy a PS5 for myself and I'm gonna play it. Right. You ain't getting that PS5. If I want the new 2K, you better get the braids up. Right. All right. You trying to come into my house smoking weed, boy, you better not. Right. Salakia.
Right. You get that belt.
Concert. You have a daughter and she's trying to sneak some boys into the house. Yeah, okay. Right. What parents like to say all the time? I wasn't born yesterday. Right. Yeah, the Lord wasn't born yesterday neither.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
you can't outsmart the Lord. Why do you think the Bible refers to him as the Ancient of Days?
You're gonna turn into major pain in that house.
Con, sir. But like we said before, if the kid is doing bad things, you're not gonna praise them. But if they're doing good and they're listening, they got them grades up, you know, they doing their chores and actually obeying their parents, you just might get that PS5.
Right.
I'm probably gonna play it more than you, but you know, you just might get it, right? And if you're following the law, statutes, and commandments, who knows? The Lord just might do something for you because you actually deserve it.
Right.
I'll just end it there. So.
Right.
Salakia. Let's see what we got. Verse 26, 28. Come.
Keep going.
36 to 36, right? 35, 36.
Let's see, 29. So it'll be a 36 concert.
You want me to read in English? It's like
Where you at in English? What verse you at?
28, sir.
28.
Oh, you know
You can read 28 in English.
Okay.
Leviticus 23 and 28. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is the day of atonement, and to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not afflict in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. Verse 30.
Let's see. How much time do we have?
So 8:37. What time are you supposed to?
Let's see. It's supposed to last 2 hours. If it's 8:37,
We ended at 9, right?
So we could read it in English. I'm pretty sure it's still up. I just notified him. You two out, so you can read it in English.
All right. Where am I at? Verse 30.
Come.
And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. Verse 31. You shall do no manner of work. You shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at evening, from evening unto evening, you shall celebrate your Sabbath. Verse 33. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 17th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. On the first day shall be a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be a holy convocation unto you.
If I may, real quick, right? What you brought up, sir, earlier, right? The Lord gives us a lot of feasts.
Right.
Lots and lots of feasts. You know,
right.
That's and the thing is, the Sabbath was made for us. The Lord gave that to us, a day of rest. Look how merciful the Lord really is, man. Like the Most High has dedicated a day of rest for all of Israel. Because you know, we know how hard it is, right? We know the oppression that we've had to go through. It's not just now. We've always had to face, not always, like it, but majority of the time we had to face oppression, right? You know, Esau wasn't the only one to have us. We had to fight against the Moabites and the Ammonites and the Amalekites. And yeah, I know a lot of Judites out there. You swear you African. Yeah, I get it. You got dark skin and woolly hair, and you know we were sold out of Africa. Yeah, little do they tell you that Africans actually know, real Africans, I'm talking about the Egyptians and the Ethiopians, right? They know that they are of a different lineage. They have admitted to it. I remember, if I could real quick, right? I'll be on, TikTok a lot and stuff. And I bumped into a Judite brother, right? He just swore he was Egyptian, trying to mock the Bible. The Bible was made by the white man. And, and I saw that he was worshiping, was it Ra or something like that, the sun god or something. And you want to know what I saw? It was an actual Egyptian. And he said to this Judite brother, the only thing that you have in history with us is that you were our slaves. And I'm like, if that ain't a cut, I don't know what is. That was the Lord showing him, like, you're not one of them.
Right.
All right.
No.
Like they know.
Right.
They know. If I could, again, oh my goodness. There was a video, ironically, it got taken down, ain't that something? Showing Africans that have admitted to selling Negroes out of Egypt on slave ships. What's that term they like to call you? Akata?
Kata.
I think it's kata or akata.
Kata, meaning cotton picker.
Sir.
Right.
Cotton picker. They make fun of you. They call you a slave. Another word they use, a wayward, right? They have all these derogatory terms for specifically, as you would identify us as, African Americans or Black Americans. Go ahead, sir.
And you know, when you say copper, when the Africans called us that, there was a movie called Sugar Hill with Wesley Snipes.
Sugar Hill.
They were drug dealers, and they were trying to get with these African drug dealers.
Right.
They said, we can't do no business with you. He said, we don't do business with copper. And he said, what do you mean by copper? That's what Wesley Snipes said. He said, cotton picker. Yep. It's in the movie.
What's the movie called again?
Sugar Hill.
Right.
Sugar Hill.
Captain Zariak brings that movie out a lot for that exact point. You know what I'm saying? So just the brothers and sisters who didn't hear, the brother Shot Rock said in the movie Sugar Hill, Wesley Snipes is trying to get together with somebody, an African, in the movie to do like a drug deal.
Go into business together.
They're trying to come together and do business together, but one of the guys is African, and he's like, nah, we don't do business with Kata. And then Wesley Snipes in the movie, he's like, what's Kata? And the African tells him cotton picker. And then Wesley Snipes goes ahead and hits him over the head and breaks his nose and all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the point is, it's in the movie. You know, that's not made up. That's reality in the movie.
Right.
And if I could, sir, you know, they like to say, well, that's just a movie. That doesn't mean anything. No. You could do your own research, right? Again, you're on your phone all day, probably subscribing to someone's, I can't say the actual word because we got kids in here, someone's OF. You know what that abbreviation is for, right? How about you actually take the time to do some research and learn that Africans, right? Ethiopians, Egyptians, right? They have owned Negro slaves, and they have stated that we are of a different people. Do you know that they viewed Negroes as subhuman? Right. They didn't even put us on par of that of a human being. Very similar to who? Esau. Right. Y'all ever seen that sign? It's an old sign. It says no dogs, you know.
No dogs, no Mexicans, no blacks.
Something like that. I would say the other term, but it's like I'm trying to keep it PG. But y'all know what sign I'm talking about. Time and time again, our oppressors group us together.
Right.
Meanwhile, you're fighting.
Right.
How does that make any sense? Go ahead, sir.
And I want to bring you all night. We were reading in the book of Leviticus, and the book of Leviticus, the Bible is 6,000 years old. A very brilliant book, written and inspired by the Most High God, Yahweh. The thing what he says is a holy convocation. Holy means to be thou separate.
Right.
And a convocation means to gather together. Right. Just like the book of Zephaniah. I just want to put that. A convocation is a gathering.
Concert.
And this is a holy gathering. Whenever Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians get together, that's a holy gathering.
Right. You know, Most High in Christ. For anybody who might have not heard Priest and Officer Shot Rock, a holy convocation, right? Holy meaning what? Separate, but this convocation, we getting together. So this is a private party, right? You understand? This is exclusively for us. And I know some people will try to teach you, oh, well, you know, we can all love one another. We can all come together. You could read the book of Nehemiah. And we had other nations in our temples. And guess what happened? The Most High didn't like that. At all. If I could, sir. Salakia. It shows you multiple times what happens when we try to integrate. Y'all want to integrate so bad. And here's the reason why. I get it. We're so used to being oppressed. We just want to be liked. That's really what it is. We're tired of getting beat up. We're tired of getting discriminated against. We're tired of being looked down upon. We just want to be liked so bad, right? By the very same people that oppress you. That's why a lot of our brothers and sisters will turn on each other to gain the acceptance of the very people that colonized us, right? If I could real quick, you know, just earlier today, I bumped into a Dominican brother, right? And look, this Dominican brother, right? Look, he looked like a light-skinned black man. Brother had waves, Salakia, right? But this brother's Salakia, this is just one example. I'm just using this one example. Extremely colonized in the mind. Swore on everything that, you know, he was superior because of his lighter skin tone and things of that sort. Not realizing that his people were colonized right alongside with us, and took pride saying, "Oh, well, you know, we speak Spanish."
Right.
I'm here to tell you something. Look, first of all, Spanish is not an ethnicity. That's a language given to you by your oppressors. I speak English. Do I look English to you?
Right.
Salakia, like I take no pleasure in speaking English or speaking Spanish. You know, I might have to learn some Spanish to speak to my other brothers and sisters. But my point being is that ain't something to be proud about. What you're really saying is you're proud that Spaniards colonized Taino, Arawak Indians, Native Indigenous people, because really Latinos are indigenous. All right, I mean they're really the tribes of Israel, but you know I'll dumb it down for everybody else outside of the truth. They're really indigenous, right? Central and South America, the Caribbean islands. You understand? All those names: Brazil, Colombia, Mexico, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, the Bahamas. All those names were given to you by your oppressors.
Right.
All of our names. African American, the name changes every time. Before it was Afro American, it was Negro, and then now it's African American. Yeah, well, it's
Soul Brother.
Soul Brother, Soul Brother, right? Soul Brother ain't too bad, but it's so lucky if I could.
Latino, Hispanic,
concert,
Chicano.
They try to take that away. Now it's Latinx.
Latinx.
Right. Latinx.
Now it's Latinx, something like that.
Latinx.
Or for the LGBTQ community.
Oh my goodness.
All types of nonsense.
Concert. And you see how destroyed this is modern day Babylon.
Gone.
Confusion.
I think the Camp Zarek just brought out that if you believe that you are what you what your gender is at birth, now you need to be known as cis. There's a new term now.
Oh my goodness.
There's no more heterosexual. It's an actual new term that if you're a woman or a man who identifies as what you were born as, now you have a new term.
They just trying to make up anything. Apparently there's 72 different genders now.
Right.
Last time I checked, it only takes 2 to make a baby.
Right.
I don't know. So, sorry. I like real women. I don't like my woman custom made. If you get my point.
Right.
Salakia.
Right.
All right. Salakia. If I could,
shapeshifter.
Oh my goodness, that's a new one. I like that one. Salakia. If I could, so let's see. 36. Come.
Okay, verse 36 of Leviticus, the 23rd chapter.
Go ahead, sir.
7 days you shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 37. These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be a holy convocation, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering, a meat offering, a sacrifice of drink offerings, and everything upon his day. Verse 38, besides the Sabbaths of the Lord, and besides your gifts, and besides all your vows, and besides all your free will offerings, which ye give unto the Lord, also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath.
Right.
And ye shall, verse 40, and ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches, and palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and of willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days, and ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. You shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Finish it up.
You can finish it up, sir.
Verse 42. You shall dwell in the booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. Right. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your power. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord.
look at all that, man. Look, all these feast days that the Lord has given unto us, right? I know some of y'all might not like the Day of Atonement, but you know that's honoring the Most High right there, right? That actually means something, right? Atoning for all the wicked things that we have done against the Most High. After all the time that the Most High has tried to help us. If I could, real quick, I'm actually going to read this real quick. If I could, the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 43, right? We just read it. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. Remember, the Lord brought us out of the land of Egypt, sent Moses and Aaron to get us up out of there when we were in captivity, man. And you want to know what we did? We complained. We complained. We said, I'd rather be back in Egypt, man. My feet hurt. I'm tired. I don't want to do this no more. So you want to go back into captivity? That's how ungrateful you are. Remember, the Lord was about to get rid of us right there. Remember, he separated Moses and gave Moses an opportunity. You know, I'll make a great nation out of you. But Moses refused because he was a good brother. Right? He looked out for his ungrateful brothers and sisters. Right? Even though we damn near bullied Aaron into making a golden calf, right? Because we couldn't see the Most High. We needed something tangible. So we gave all our gold jewelry and whatnot, made a golden calf and started building an altar towards it. We frustrated Moses so much that he was like, you know what? I know the Most High told me to speak to this rock, but I'm so sick of these, you know what I mean? So he struck the rock and disobeyed the Most High. And he had to face a consequence for that too. Again, this is what happens when you go against the Lord, right? But time and time again, the Most High has actually had our backs through many different times. You understand? You might not realize it. If I could, real quick, before we close the class, when you leave here and you drive home, you know there's an angel watching you, right? You can get into a car crash. It happens all the time. There might be a drunk driver not too far off from you, and they might just miss you. That's because the Most High sent an angel to look after you, right? He's rewarding you for being obedient. That's what we need to understand. Be obedient. All right. We are referred to as what? The Lord's children. We talked about the relationship between a parent and a child, right? Well, we are the Lord's children. Okay. And we are to obey him, because when we don't, look what happens to us. As we're talking right now, there's a black man getting killed somewhere right now. All right. As we're talking right now, there is a Latino brother or sister who's being rounded up at the border right now, being put in a cage right now, separated from their families. Tell me I'm wrong. There is a native indigenous woman who is going missing from a reservation right now. You know, there's an uprising of that in California, by the way. It's happening right now. But you want to know why all these things are happening? Because of the curses. Because they're still in effect. The law was not done away with. All right, your Christian pastor lied to you. All right, they lied. And you want to know why they lied to you? Because they listened to their oppressor. Christianity was made to enslave us. But you know, you'll still sit here and say, I'm a proud Christian. I'm a what is it? Roman Catholic. I love them. I bumped into, oh my goodness, I bumped into another sister earlier talking about I'm a proud Roman Catholic member and I love white people. Damn. I'm like, you laid it on you. I'm like, wow.
It was nice.
A lot.
If I may, and that's how we got to be in return. You know, these LGBTQ people in these communities, these Catholics, these Christians, they have a lot of zeal for what they believe, in, for what they stand for, and we have to be the same way. You understand? Because the Lord did say, "Let your light shine." And that's for men and the sisters in the school. You understand? You can't hide who you are. You can't be afraid to you know, let yourself be seen as an Israelite. You understand?
Sir. And if I may, I wanted to let's see, what's time check right now? I could probably put like one precept. If I could, let's see. Could I get 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7?
And if I may, if I could add more to that, you know, the scripture says endure until the end.
Sir.
You understand? That's very important because we're getting closer to the end. And you can leave the truth, and it doesn't matter what works you did in the past. The Lord is not going to look at that. You understand? He's not going to look at all the glorious things you did in the past. If you become a sinner tonight and Christ comes back tomorrow, you're not going to make it in those chariots. You understand? You're going to stay here and die with America. That's why it's important to let your light shine. It's important to endure.
Right.
You understand? Paul said, he that runneth a race, does he not run to get the victory?
Right.
You understand? When you run in a race, you're not going to run out and then not have any more strength to keep going.
Right.
You understand? So you have to what's the word? You have to run in moderation. You understand? You got to be in here and be in the truth, and take your time. Let yourself get built up right.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a sister, be feminine. Embrace that whole thing of femininity. You understand? If you're a brother, embrace that whole thing of being masculine, being right, making right decisions, being sound-minded. You understand? If you're a sister, be feminine. Serve your husband. If you don't have a husband in the school, serve the priest. Serve the priest in the school. You understand? Keep the commandments. You got kids, raise those kids right in the spirit of the Lord. Get counsel. You understand? If you got an issue with a sister, get counsel. Pull that sister to the side.
Right.
You understand? Whatever procedures we have in here, we got to follow them. You understand? Because that's what's going to keep us solid and strong, and that we'll be able to endure together in the end. You understand? That's it. That's all I'm saying.
If I could, can I get the book of is that 1 Corinthians? I think it's 2 Corinthians. So
For this second.
So 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 7. If I could, sir.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 7. Purge out the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened.
Right. So it says purge out the old leaven. Now, what does this mean right here? It's talking about you got to get rid of your old self, man.
Right.
All right. General Muhammad gave a great breakdown of this in one of his older classes, right? Right. If I have 2 cups, right? I don't need them right now, but let's say I got 2 cups, right?
Yeah, I'm right.
In my left hand, this is the old me, right? It's half full.
Right.
Now this right here, this is the new me. This is what the Lord wants me to be, wants you to be, right?
Right.
If I try to put the new me in the old me, it's going to overflow. Right? You can't mix the bad with the good. So I gotta dump the old me out. Right. Get rid of it. Put them cigarettes down.
Right.
Stop smoking weed. Right. Stop sleeping with other men's wives.
Right.
Stop being we got kids in here, a promiscuous woman. Right. Okay, Salaki. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right. Stop being an alcoholic. Stop celebrating pagan holidays. Stop getting tattoos. You can survive without the pork.
Right.
You'll live. Right. Trust me. You'll live. I'm trying to help you out here. All right. Salakia. All right. You got to get rid of all those things.
Right.
To become the new love, the new you. Is there any more on that, sir?
For even Christ, our Passover is sacrificed for us.
Wow. Let's see. Let's go to verse 8.
Therefore, let us keep the feast. Not with old leaven, neither with the leavening of malice and wickedness, right, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth.
You see that right there? You got to become a new person. I'm not going to go too much into it in the class in a moment, but Ephesians chapter 4, verses 22 through 24, it's talking about becoming a new creature. And like priest and officer Ashkor brought up the book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 13, where it says endure unto the end, right? What you brought out was so heavy, sir. Before we close the class, I just want to touch on that real quick. You know, I don't want anybody to overlook what he said. You can be in the truth, right? You can be in the truth for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, right? And then leave, right? And then on that 31st year, Christ comes back. And you think Christ's going to be like, oh, yeah, you used to be in the truth. I remember it. No, you left. You turned your back on the Most High, right, on Christ and your nation, your brothers and sisters. There are brothers and sisters who have died for this truth. That's honorable, all right? Giving their lives for the Most High. You got to understand that. So for you to sit here and turn your back on your nation, think about how selfish that is. Again, the Most High brought us up out of Egypt. Christ died for us. Moses could have easily he was put in a position to have a nation made strictly from him, but he looked out for us. Right. You understand? Time and time again, that's called being selfless. Right. And loving your brother and loving your sister. You got to endure to the end. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Yes, I get it. There's going to be, I get called every other name out there, an Egyptian, a Canaanite, everything other than an Israelite, right? It's like they're going to call you everything else. Sisters, forget about it. They'll try to call you stupid. They'll try to say, oh, you know, there's sisters out there who, again, with the OF and all that stuff, and they'll try to make it seem like, well, I don't need no man to tell me what to do. I'm a boss bee and I can do it all by myself. They're really miserable. They're really miserable because they ain't got no man, right? And I'm not saying, like, for the sisters who are single in the truth and, you know, you just serving the Most High, I'm not saying that you got to get a man right now. That's not what I'm saying. But what you're doing, most sisters in the world are not strong enough to do that. You being feminine is powerful. Okay? Remember that. Salakia, that's all I got. So you got anything before we close the class? All right, let's see. All right, with that, let's get everything. Salakia. Let's see. It's okay. All right, if I could, just the priest up here, medium, just us up here. Sorry.
La Yashala.
Sorry, it's me. That's just stuff. Yeah, you hold it right here. It's like, so it'll be like this. I just put it like that. Amadiam apan ya hakwadam, which means to stand and face the east. We'll begin started with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ha-Ratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Natamanawa, Lakum, Call, Yawam, Wasalak now, Kabawat now, Kasalak now, Kabawat now, Wala'ah, Tabaya now, Manasaiwan, Abor, Hawashai now, Mayun, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Watapara, Lawalumium, Aman.
Now in English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debt, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Hakat, which is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Baba Kasha, Latan Lanawa, Hakat, Rapa'ah, Call, Makala, Wakal, Madawa, Hakat, Latahar, Ha, Matazariah, Hakat,
Laquayim,
Hamathia,
Hamathia, Hakat,
Hakat,
Al, Rakawath, Hatama Allah, Lagar Shun, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, the water, Aman.
Now in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power, the power to heal, all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse, the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it.
This is the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahushai, Wa Mayaka Allah, Wa Alahayim, Matazab Ya'ah, Alawap Yahana, Ha Alawapya, Ha Saranya, Ha Kwatazayoyit, Haka Yayoyit, Waha Akwafyit, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, the water, Aman.
Now in the English, bless you Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohanan, the general, the captain, the officer, the trooper, and the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it.
This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayunya, all, Hahoryim, Ma'ayun, Yaba'ah, Izoria, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, all, Yathun, Lamawat, Ragorka, all, Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashun, Shawamar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazolka, Al-Yad, Yimyimka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarach, but it's like it. Balayallah, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makor, Rai, Yashamar, Athmapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'afka, Wabawa'afka, Maitha, Wa'ai, Iowa.
Now in the English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee. Will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Israel. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee. From all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. It's like Alahayim, all, Damaya, Laka, all, Thakarash, all, Thashakwat, all, Kaya, Hana, Awayabyaka, Yahamat, Yawan, Ra'ash, Ayah, Amaka, Ya'ayamwa, Sawada, Waitha, Yaitazawa, Ayah, Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakida, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Shub, Yasharala, Iwada, Kaya, Itazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al-Yakub, Baryath, Yakarathwa, Aholia, Adawam, Wa, Yashama'alim, Mawa'aba,
Yeshabia,
Tazawar,
Gum,
Gum,
Ashawar,
Nalawat,
Nalawat,
Imam,
Hayawat, Zorawai, Labunya, Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Lahum, Kamadyam, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayubyin, Manakal, Kwayashwan, Nashabadwa, Bayan, Dara, Hayawat, Daman, La'adama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yamawa, Kaira, Wakaza'aba, Wakazabat, Wakatazor, Manai, Call, Nasa Yakamwa, Ashor, Amorwa, Layarasha, Nanawa, Nawa, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagogala, Kakwash, Lapanya, Rawaka, Ka'ash, Tabaira, Ya'ira, Wa, Kalahaba, Falahat, Haryum, Kun, Tharadatma, Basairaka, Wabasa, Wapathka, Tabahalum, Mala'a, Panyahum, Balawan, Waya, Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahawa, Adi, Waya, Kaparwa, Waya, Abadwa, Waya, Dayawa, Kaya, Atha, Shamka, Yahawa, Labaka, Al-Yawan, Al-Kor, Haratazah. Now in the English. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against. Thy hidden ones.
Thy hidden ones.
They have said. Come. And let us cut them off.
And let us cut them off
from being a nation.
from being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gebal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With inhabitants of Tyre. A sword also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. And like Ze'eb. Yea. All their princes. As Zebah. And as Almunah. Who said. Let us take to ourselves. The houses of God in possession. Oh my God. Make them like a wheel. As a stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth a wood. And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. Oh Lord. Let them be confounded. And troubled. Forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know that thou. Whose name alone is Yahweh. Are the most high over all the earth.
Men of Israel saw and faced the teachers. We're going to give one one courtesy salute to the teachers. Men of Israel, Amijam Shabbat, Amijam Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. Men of Israel saw and faced the sisters. We'll give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amijam Shabbat, Amijam Barak,
Yahweh Shema Latham B'Hashem Yahushai.
Yajim Matah. Class dismissed.